My name is J. Paul Massey-Sang, and I'm the president of the Board of Directors of Hope 24/7. Fiscal year 2016-17 was an exciting and challenging one for the agency. After 4 years of intense work and dedication, Hope 24/7 became fully accredited as a community health provider by Accreditation Canada, and with commendation status. We're the only such organization to be accredited, and is a testament to the value Hope 24/7 places on excellence and quality in all aspects of our operations. We continue to struggle with a growing waitlist for all services, which was further exacerbated by being funded at only 3% of an average Ontario sexual assault center when looking at funding per capita. Despite the significant funding shortfall, agency staff were able to provide gold standard care and outreach to thousands in our community. We were also able to secure a partnership with Spectra Community Support Services, providing service users with 24/7 access to peer supports through Spectra's distress line. This partnership freed up resources within Hope 24/7, allowing us to focus our efforts where they were most desperately required: in-person clinical and prevention services. Our success speaks for itself. 97% of service user satisfaction across the entire organization. By adjusting our strategic plan targets to divert resources where the impact would be greatest, we were able to meet or exceed all of our strategic plan priorities. Finally, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the Board of Directors to thank all our staff for their unrelenting dedication and passion, and to take a moment as Board President to thank my volunteer colleagues on the board. Because of your combined efforts, Hope 24/7 was able to make a lasting impact in the lives of thousands of Peel residents. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Laura Zilney, and I am Chief Executive Officer of Hope 24/7. Hope 24/7 is an innovator and disruptor in the areas of mental health and trauma. We innovate in order to provide the best possible services and experiences to our clients so that they can live happy, healthy lives. We disrupt the system by challenging status quo practices, pushing for equitable funding, and equipping our service users with the practical skills necessary to deal with the inequities and flaws found throughout our social, health, and criminal justice systems. On behalf of the staff, I would like to share how excited we are to be able to provide our annual report in an innovative format that gives our stakeholders a behind-the-scenes look at the work we do. Significant innovation occurred at Hope 24/7 during fiscal year 2016-17. Some of the highlights include: staff and the agency received several awards. We couldn't be more proud of our staff who have been recognized for their hard work and expertise. I am pleased to announce that all full-time staff received the agency's inaugural Outstanding Employee Award. This award recognizes individuals who maintain a 97% or higher client satisfaction rating for the full year. This award is a testament to the ability of Hope staff to establish rapport with service users and the broader community, and reflects why the agency and its clients are so successful. A special note of recognition to Deborah Langleben, who was the recipient of the Biana Family Foundation Innovation and Creativity Award for her work related to intimate partner sexual violence. As an organization, Hope received commendation during our recent Cumentum site survey with Accreditation Canada. The surveyors continue to be impressed by the quality of care provided and the loyalty of our service users. This effort was the result of 4 years of work, with every staff member playing an active role throughout the entire process. Hope 24/7 is an active partner with Psychotherapy Matters Virtual Clinic. Because of our status as an accredited agency, and because we have all regulated health professionals within our clinical programs, Hope was able to join this innovative social enterprise. This partnership allows our service users who require additional mental health supports, such as psychiatric assessment, diagnosis, or medication management, to be seen by a psychiatrist within a 2-week window. Treatment is delivered using a team model, with Hope staff being the lead treatment provider in this expanded circle of care. Hope is also a satellite location for the region's healthy sexuality clinics. Individuals can receive testing and treatment for sexually transmitted infections and blood-borne diseases, pregnancy testing and support, birth control measures and harm reduction materials and counseling. The clinic operates on Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Our agreement with Spectra Community Support Services ensures that Hope service users have access to 24/7 support via Spectra's peer support distress line. This partnership provides another component to our holistic care model. Hope 24/7 has set an internal benchmark of 95% client satisfaction for all programs and services. As a client-centered agency, we strive to deliver programming that meets the needs of our service users. Clients are at the heart of everything that we do at Hope 24/7, and I am pleased to report that we have exceeded our benchmark across various satisfaction and quality measures. Our high satisfaction ratings mean even more to us because we struggled with increased service volumes that resulted in wait times for programming being over 10 months. Importantly, service users opted to remain waitlisted rather than seek services elsewhere, and this is further evidence that Hope's programming works. We are committed to advocating for better, more stable funding to ensure our programs continue to be best in class and meet the needs of our diverse community. In order to provide best-in-class programming, Hope must have a strong, dedicated team of experts delivering the services. Although remuneration is one component that employees look for in their chosen position, it is certainly not the leading component. As such, Hope 24/7 is committed to best practice standard in all aspects of human capital management. We have annual employee surveys to provide a confidential forum for employees to share their experiences about the agency. We have built-in self-care and wellness programs throughout the organization, and we focus on ongoing learning and development. Because as our staff grow as professionals, our service users receive the benefits. I'm pleased to announce that Hope expanded its wellness services for staff by doubling the amount of funds available to each employee for mental wellness initiatives, such as professional coaching and psychotherapy. I am also pleased to announce that Hope 24/7 has met or exceeded all of its strategic plan commitments. The agency adjusted its targets for the crisis line to reflect its partnership with Spectra and to invest in services where there is a greater return on investment for our service users. This means we focused our efforts on in-person intensive services. This allowed us to leverage the multiple other crisis lines being offered throughout Peel Region and focus on our competitive advantage: professional, best-in-class care. After conducting a comprehensive evaluation of programs and services offered at Hope 24/7, we learned that the complexity of issues our service users are contending with has increased. We now see many more individuals and families without basic supports in place. However, we know that working to overcome trauma in populations that lack basic supports is both harmful and unethical. In order to rectify this, we have developed new programming that targets our most at-risk service users. The Enhanced Wellness and Hope On-Site programs will begin operating this month, focusing on youth, persons who are homeless or at risk of homelessness, and sex workers. We will work on establishing social supports, assisting users with navigating our complex social, health, and criminal justice systems, and teach basic safety and stabilization skills in order to reduce the likelihood of further violence. I am pleased to announce that the agency has also expanded its team to include an occupational therapist whose approach to our client population only adds to the agency's holistic services. We are also working with the region of Peel to become a fixed harm reduction site where community members will be able to access needles, harm reduction kits, and naloxone during business hours. This video annual report is one example of the new social media strategy Hope 24/7 is unveiling. Over the next few weeks, you will find educational and informative videos on our website and shared across technological platforms such as Twitter and Instagram. These short videos will help put potential service users at ease, as well as provide current information on a variety of topics, such as safer sex. I encourage you to regularly visit our site for new information. Since introducing our professional service model, Hope has always done more with less, and fiscal year 16-17 was no exception. We continued to experience record numbers of client interactions and ended the year operating 25% over capacity. As planned, we experienced a near even split between clinical and prevention and outreach activities. We continue to strive for this mix as research shows that prevention activities are needed in order to stop violence from occurring in the first place. To this end, we will continue to work to achieve our vision of a community without relationship and sexual violence. We continue to operate at well below the cost of system-level interventions. For less than the cost of walking through the door of the emergency department, Hope 24/7 is able to provide a full regimen of intensive clinical intervention. Moreover, the effects are lasting, and we continue to explore through our research efforts if the effects of our services have true long-term impact. The cost to provide our prevention and outreach services remains low at $105.11 per participant for a full school year of services. Truly amazing. You may have seen coverage of Hope's waitlist and funding inequities in the Toronto Star. Per capita, Hope receives the second lowest funding in the province at $459,000 yearly. This challenge becomes especially acute when considering that we are the only sexual assault center, or SAC for short, that operates from a professional practice evidence-based model. The province continues to move slowly to explore this issue, and the SAC program continues to operate without a funding formula in place and without the requirement for services to be in alignment with the anticipated controlled active psychotherapy. Under the SAC program, Hope worked with 2,110 clients, equating to a cost of $217.54 per person. Just imagine what services would be available to Peel residents if Hope was funded at $1 per capita, like over 70% of other SACs, or what the average SAC receives, $9.91 per capita. Hope's crisis line and chat are designed so that individuals in acute distress can receive brief professional intervention and be referred to an appropriate provider for treatment. The crisis line was never intended to be a regular form of client engagement. The reason for this is that it is unhelpful for individuals to continually rehash their traumatic experiences, or in other words, to ruminate. This is why Hope's interventions are brief and focus on safety and de-escalation. This is also why we do not provide 24/7 coverage. There are several other crisis lines operating in Peel that provide peer support or emergency supports to individuals in mental health distress. By reducing the hours of the agency's crisis line, we were able to divert resources to where they are needed, in-person care. You will now find our crisis line operates during business hours only. Hope 24/7 also introduced a Client Advisory Council. This council comprises former service users who are donating their time and expertise to provide feedback about current and planned services. The new services being introduced in fiscal year 2017-18 have been evaluated by the Client Advisory Council, and the Council will continue to receive updates on progress and challenges with those programs as the year unfolds. Two things that we heard loud and clear from our service users during fiscal year 16-17 was that they feel ill-equipped to deal with law enforcement. Many service users continue to be harassed by the police. Clients asked for our help, and we delivered with the creation of 2 information cards. One card walks you through your rights when reporting a sexual assault to police. The other card informs individuals of their charter rights and provides a script for their interaction with police. We would like to thank the Crown and Defense attorneys who assisted in the development of these cards. Staff train individuals on how to use the cards, and we are currently exploring how we can measure the implementation of this initiative. On behalf of all staff, I would like to extend a thank you to our service users for allowing us to walk with you through your journey to healing. We are honored and humbled to be able to support you in your time of need. I will now turn the report over to our staff and service users who will be sharing with you information and feedback about Hope's programs and services.
The Youth Summit is an annual event Hope 24/7 hosts with the intention of bringing together all members of the Our Youth, Our Future program. Our Youth, Our Future is Hope's flagship sexual violence prevention program aimed at enhancing resiliency and reducing psychological distress for vulnerable youth. The Youth Summit is a day of fun-filled, hands-on learning, coping captures, coloring pages, stress balls, laser quests, and so much more. This year, students came out to have some fun and learn about coping techniques with this year's theme focusing on taking people from coping to hoping. We offered a variety of workshops that highlighted different coping tools. We gave participants ideas of the many ways they can cope with stressful situations and events in their lives. In the Coping Captures workshop, youth were provided with 4 coping activities and asked to brainstorm a few of their own ideas on things they currently do to cope. A popular favorite was listening to music. They had to take these ideas, write them out, and design the catchers, thus creating a coping catcher, a form of origami with a fun and positive twist. Mindfulness coloring was paired with our own smaller version of the Happiness Project. This was a space for participants to practice coping through coloring. The time and focus that coloring takes helps us to refocus from negative thoughts and emotions. This becomes a safe and productive way of distracting oneself. Doing therapeutic artwork has been proven to be helpful in reducing feelings of anxiety and stress. Along with coloring, youth had an opportunity to write anonymous messages of positivity and post them on the wall, a way of sending out positive and encouraging thoughts to any and all. This reminds others that words have power and that they can help someone without even knowing it. The Stress Buster workshop was a fun and hands-on workshop requiring students to walk through the simple stages of making their very own stress balls using lentils and balloons. Stress balls are small enough to fit in your palm and carry around. They are also simple and very affordable to make. All that, and the fact that the act of repeatedly squeezing the ball releases tension and helps to relieve stress, definitely makes this the perfect take-home tool. The favorite workshop was undeniably Laser Quest. Many of the participants couldn't stop talking about how much fun they had, and who can blame them? The participants were able to gear up and race through the glow-in-the-dark maze using physical activity as a means of clearing their minds and relieving stress. Exercise releases endorphins and other happy hormones that help our bodies cope with stress. Overall, the day was a complete success. We welcomed over 150 participants who had the chance to experience some new fun coping tools and create lasting memories. We look forward to next year's summit, and according to the youth, so do they.
Hi, my name is Nicole Duclaw, and I'm a public health nurse with the Region of Peel's Healthy Sexuality program. A year ago, we partnered with Hope 247 to provide sexual health services to not only the clientele of Hope 247, but also to the Region of Peel residents. Partnering with Hope 247 and their staff has been a very collaborative and positive experience. Bringing together multiple practitioners with varying levels of expertise has helped to grow the comprehensive nature of both of our programs. Working with the staff at Hope 247, the executive directors, the administrators, and the therapists has been a very positive experience. This partnership is looking to grow in order to service a larger population. I have been truly honored to work and partner with the staff of Hope 247 as we do share the same goals of providing clinical interventions in the prevention of relationship and sexual violence.
This year, Peel HIV/AIDS Network and Hope 24/7 have entered into a new, more formalized partnership to support some of Peel's most vulnerable and marginalized communities. Some examples of how we'll be working together include Hope 24/7's participation in our downtown women's drop-in in Brampton. Hope 24/7 staff attend the drop-in to provide counseling and support to drop-in attendees. Hope 24/7 and FAN will also be working together to raise visibility of LGBT communities in Peel and the importance of harm reduction education, advocacy, and needle exchange across the region.
Hello, my name is Dr. Alan Steingart, and I'm a psychiatrist and founder of Psychotherapy Matters. It's a pleasure to work with the team at Hope 24/7. I think they truly live their mission, which is compassion, transformation, and excellence. That's been my experience from day one. It's a privilege and an honor to collaborate with them, and I think that they need all the support. They need and deserve all the support to continue with their work.
I came to Hope 24/7 looking for help.
I have had bad advice in the past which was basically, stop going to church, go off your medications, you need more medications. I went into another hospital because I wanted to commit suicide, and they put me in an isolated room that was dimly lit for over an hour. Then when I asked if I could see someone, they said, we're too busy. The experience here was different because I was given tools to help me through the sessions and afterwards as well. Tools like grounding tools and tools to challenge your thinking. It felt a lot more comfortable here. It's more brightly lit. It was more a conversation as opposed to me having to lead the conversation while the therapist stayed quiet, or people telling me I was wrong all the time.
They're very welcoming, very friendly, and it was a very comfortable office. It was very comforting, and it made me want to share. It's very modern, it seemed very judgment-free.
It was very warm and polite, professional.
I think it was mostly about learning to trust myself again, and learn to trust others again, and not blaming myself for what happened, and being able to understand my feelings, and understand why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, and being able to understand how to deal with my feelings.
It was a sigh of relief to have someone listen to me and to understand, and to get that empathetic feeling back towards me, as opposed to being kind of scolded about the problems that I had.
She tried to understand not just like what happened to me, not the situation, but understand me in general, and like how to help me and what works best for me, and just like me as a person.
I was able to find myself an eagle pendant. I read a book that said in an actual major storm, a turkey will run and hide under a barn, and an eagle will actually use a storm to its advantage because it can fly into a storm and use the storm to fly higher than it physically can on its own. So by using the storm that's coming, it can actually use the negative as a positive. So it can fly above the storm or fly through the storm by using something that people would see as a negative element to its advantage. So the book said, are you going to be an eagle or a turkey? So I decided I'm going to be an eagle, so I found this eagle pendant to constantly remind me with a physical object to say, you can carry on with life and use the negative for good. I found this, when I found the second one, I thought, well, now I have two, so I could give this second eagle to someone else who needs it. So I now have a purpose to say, will I one day run into somebody who needs this other eagle that I can give this to, that I can tell my story to give this to them, to give them motivation to continue on. I think the suitable Phoenix logo is very suitable because you come in here completely broken and destroyed like the ashes that you feel you are, and then they build that fire within you to burn and turn into this phoenix of fire, and you can then experience life again.